Yeah.
Have you heard it before?
Yeah.
Wow. So how was that?
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah. People don't understand.
Wow.
So here's the thing. I will say this, and I'm being completely candid, which I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Shouldn't be saying this, but I don't have my manhood is not sensitive at all.
Okay. Your penis?
Yeah, it's not sensitive.
What do you
at all.
mean?
Meaning I could go for hours.
Oh hell no.
Exactly.
I don't mind why, sir.
But I have areas on my body, like my right nipple, my neck, my side, that if you engage those areas at the same time I am having sex, then 10, 15 minutes max.
Oh my God. Wow. I guess you had to have sex to know what those areas were.
I my first situation, I don't mean...
My whole pillow. I was like, get out of here. What happened?
It's everywhere. It's getting heated in here, right?
I can't even get it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. How did my pillow fall out? Listen, it's not even my pillow just fell out. Go ahead. Sorry.
I met this older woman. I think I was like 19 at the time. She was 41.
Damn.
I didn't know that. I thought she was like, I thought she was like, no, like legit. I thought she was like 20 something.
Yeah.
She didn't come out about her real age.
Yeah.
But she introduced me to all of that.
Really?
So I was introduced to all of that at like a very young age.
Was she from back home?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yep. From back home. And it was just like, wow. And it was so I think with sex, a lot of people can be insatiable, meaning they're not fulfilled.
Oh,
but then
most women are not fulfilled.
But then won't try other things to get that fulfillment. I know exactly what fulfills me.
Wow.
Like if I the moment I had that 3-way, I was good for a couple of months.
Damn.
I was good.
You made a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very deep and good point about people not knowing what fulfills them, A, and then B, being like, okay, this doesn't fulfill me, so let me explore other options of what might fulfill me. Yep. That's a major key, because I feel like a lot of people, I feel like I want to dare to say, I can speak from a woman's side, like most women, especially if you're in a monogamous relationship, and if it's not hidden right, or if something's not hidden right, you're going to just keep doing it because you get in that routine versus thinking outside the box. Oh my God, if y'all don't know, we just took a pee break, child. This was happening too fast. There's so much is going on. I'm so excited. Okay. We were talking about sex. Were we talking about, was I talking?
I think you were.
Okay. So basically, like most women, and I can only speak from my experience, and I'm not saying this is my current experience for anybody who listens. Like sexually, I was telling my friend last week, I was like, I have a lot of sexual thoughts and ideas and paths that I want to go down. Cause I know that it's difficult for me to, how far do I want to go at this? Oh my God. Again, parents log off. Like orgasming for me is difficult. Because I think that's where that Libra shit come in. Like my mind be on 1,000 different spots. My mind be at 1,000 different places. And I can think of a experience that I had. One.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. One experience that I had where it was orgasm. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And again, that was years ago. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I just feel like it took 30 some years to get there, and that was a couple of months, and then so I feel like people are so afraid because I was talking about Jocelyn, you know what I'm saying? Like she's just so open and she's just sexually free, and we're not. I know I'm not. Mm-hmm.
But I think it's, again, goes back to the cultural thing, how we're raised to sort of protect ourselves and our temple and our virginity and all that and the above. But then also I have to see it from a mindset that we're not all cut from the same cloth.
Well, how did you feel comfortable? Like, how did you feel comfortable to have a threesome? Like where did like real talk? Like where did that? Because like somebody, I'm sure people are listening who are thinking about it, or you know what I'm saying, or thinking, or even if it's not a threesome, even if it's something that's going to make you feel more pleasurable. I feel like pleasure and pleasuring yourself is so faux pas, and it's not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people don't. And again, I can say for me too. Like we don't think about our own pleasure. Just like people will get married or be with somebody, have kids, and this, you know what I'm saying, maybe that's what the world says you should do. But like you're saying, hey, that don't fit what I think I want. So I might have this kid, but I don't want to be married with you, and I don't want to live with you. Like, I think that's such a good way of thinking, because you're being honest. You're not fucking up nobody's shit on the way, thinking that, okay, I'm going to do this for you, but this is not what I really want. So now you're fucking up somebody else's shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I think it was more about, I think it's more about me and like, I guess pleasing myself.
Yeah.
I mean, just again, like with you, and you said pleasuring yourself, you know exactly how your body works.
Yeah.
And you know, if you were to have a threesome, exactly what makes you work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it's kind of like that's where you start if that's something like you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what are the rules? When we're like with me and her, it was no kissing.
Wow.
No oral with like the other person.
Really?
Yeah. So it started off with those rules.
But how did you even become comfortable to even say, the older lady? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, see, it was one of those things where it happened kind of weird because we were out, we were at a club, and I think it was her birthday, and we were really, really drunk at the time, and so I was getting like a lot of looks because obviously she was older, I'm younger, everybody's thinking like this is my mom or something. Actually,
right.
You know, I was in the military at that time, so I had, you know, chest and body. So I met a couple of people, and it was like a friendship thing. Like I was having good sex at home, so I wasn't really like, you know. And then there was a lot of people. This was in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg. So I had a lot of friends from like training that were stationed there.
Yeah.
So on the way home, she said, watch this.
That sounds so scary.
And she gave me like head.
In the car?
Yeah, in the car on the way home and swallowed. Yeah. And that just, at 19, I'm just
Wait, was this y'all first interaction or this was y'all's already like?
No, we've had sex.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was the first time she swallowed.
Wow,
swallowed. And it just like blew my freaking mind. Like,
swallow.
I was like, wow. Like,
oh my God.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But, it was one of those, and I think it may have been one of her insecurities because she was older.
Yeah.
As far as pleasuring me, because at the time I could go 4, 5, 6 times a day.
Damn, that's too much. That's too much.
So that's kind of when, like that moment, we were both drunk. That's kind of when the ideal came to play. Wow. She was like, "Oh, well, invite one of your little friends you met. You know, maybe we can have a good time."
Do you still talk to her now?
Or heck no.
So were you like that first like threesome experience? Were you nervous?
I don't think so. I think my mindset was more like, okay, well,
you felt comfort with her.
So what?
You felt comfort with her.
Yeah, it was just initially it was just going like, okay, what's the other person going to do?
Yeah, like why are they here?
Like but then when the mouth started moving, jeez, I mean, fellas, best feeling in the world. It's mouth on
a mouth on what?
A mouth on the penis and the mouth on the balls.
At the same time?
At the same time. Yes, Lord.
Oh my God.
It is.
Think about it.
It is like Anyway.
Wow.
It is, yeah. It is intense.
But you don't need a third person, right, to have your maximum pleasure. Can you have maximum pleasure with one person?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
But it takes a show. It takes like a artistry. It takes like
What do you mean?
For me, it's like a lot of build up. Like we can't just have normal sex and just it be cool because it will be there all day. There has to be some sort of build up. There has to be foreplay. You have to get me stimulated to the point to where
you're ready.
Once we begin intercourse, I'm not going forever.
So I feel like you said this in the Sex Tip show, and I feel like you said this on the podcast anniversary, and now you're saying this now. So like, do you have a difficult time reaching orgasm?
Yeah, no, not. It depends on the person. Mm-hmm. Now I've had some like sex where it's sheesh, instant. But then that comes with like my friends say like you like hoes.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
You like hoes, but I'm like,
wow, like sluts, like somebody who is no hoes bar.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I can say, well, I
can see that.
That's where I'm most fulfilled. Is somebody who's.
Because think about it, like when you're in an intimate relationship and it's just like the norm. You're doing basically the norm. And there may be, a little bit of extra. There could be a little bit of, I'm going to do this little extra thing, or I'm going to do this little bit of extra thing. But it's probably not really extra. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's probably not really, really, really extra. It's just a little bit extra. You know what I'm saying? I feel like most people, when it comes to sex, I feel like most people are just very closed off. Are very, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not very open-minded. Yeah. And I mean, I'm thinking about myself, because again, myself. So for myself personally, you know me, so tell me if I'm lying. Sex for me, like one of these things on here about Libra people was that they're very, it says something like they're very like superficial in terms of like needing somebody to, they prefer superficial looks over intelligence. And for me, I'm the opposite. Like what gets me wet and what gets me wanting to do any and everything is like, kind of like you said, the foreplay, like, but even just conversation. If you're making me laugh, I know this sounds very basic, but if you're making me laugh consistently, if you're bringing peace to me, if you're bringing me no drama, if I can come to you for direction, like those type of little bit of things, I'll be a slut for you. I will be a slut for you, because you're not bringing me no drama. You're bringing me peace. You're bringing me laughter. I don't come with drama. So I know that I'm not bringing you drama. So I already know that's the case. So if you're reciprocating that for me and we're just having fun, I'm so basic when it comes to just relationships. Fun shit. Let's have fun. Let's be happy. Let's laugh. Let's play hide and go seek. Let's jump or, whatever. I don't have time for no drama. So if you're doing that for me, I'm a slut for you. 1,000%. But it's not often.
Yeah. I mean, again,
I'm sorry, because I thought something else. You're right, because certain spots, I have certain spots.
Exactly.
You're right. Oh my God, I'm getting aroused. I have certain spots that will make me be more
instantly, you're right. And then that, again, some of those spots may be. And then those spots may not be attainable.
They were on them.
Wow.
Like they stayed there, and that's some scary shit. And I did some shit that I never thought I would ever do. They stayed there. They stayed there. Stayed there. Stayed there. Stayed there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is. And the thing is, it's okay if you're not open sexually. We go back to this thing where dating people on your level.
Okay.
Your level includes sex, it includes financial health, it includes mental health, it includes all that, because you have to be happy. I mean, just imagine.
I think sex is different though, because I feel like a lot of people, especially women, are not going to be as open and as expressive until they feel safe.
Right. So it's up to, but then here's the thing, you don't really want to be having sex with someone that
you don't feel those things for.
And that goes back to kind of the contractual, I think I said this before.
Yeah.
You're in a contractual relationship where you only feel safe when it comes to the money and the security, but you don't feel safe about them putting their hands on you, or you don't feel safe about exploring sexually, or you don't feel safe, That's not so being. And then you have people where their insecurities where they're always with them.
Yeah.
So you don't feel safe when they're alone and not with you, and the insecurity of cheating. So if you're dating someone that's on that level, you don't have to worry about none of that. Yeah. Your security is whatever. And then if you're focused on your happiness,
yeah,
period, because that person may leave you, that person may die,
yeah,
that person may, and this is the other thing people don't think about.
Yeah.
You meet someone and you're planning the future. I'm not the same person that we met 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You're not the same person. Mm-hmm. So again, it goes back to my year before I make a commitment.
Yeah.
It takes about a year for that person to change or for the true colors to come out. So I can't plan marriage and future and all this, and this person's going to change. But the changing is okay.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. But we have to be open, just like we change our car every 5 years, just like we change our cell phone every 5 years. The person that we're with or will be with will change. Mm-hmm. So you're either going to have to adapt and progress, or you're going to have to move on.
Wow. That's scary.
It's one thing or the other.
That's scary.
But if it's in those relationships that are like 20, 15, 30,
it's hard to say
years,
like our parents 50 years,
Yeah, that's great, and that's amazing because you guys have found what works with each other. But then you also, there's that reality sort of when you get older, because one of my friends' grandmother's going through this now where
grandmother, wow.
They've been together for like the rest their whole lives. Like my aunt and her husband, they were together 50 years.
Jesus.
And he passed away. So now she's got all of these things. Now she's trying to figure out life, like her happiness, like her peace. And then most people, like one of my homies that I rode slingshot shots with, his wife had passed. She had a long battle with cancer. God rest her soul. But like 2 months after that, he passed, heartbroken.
Jesus. Oh God.
So again, even with these perfect and amazing and great relationships,
things change.
You still have to find your happiness and your peace with or without that person.
Do you think it's possible for you to find somebody that you could be long-term with? Because I feel like one thing about you, and even as you're talking, I feel like you have a lot of like things for somebody to tick off tick off those boxes. And it's going, I mean, I feel like that could be, if you, nobody is perfect. So if you met somebody that was perfect in every single way, but their sex game was trash, could you be with them?
Absolutely. They just have to be open to, exploring sexually.
Yeah.
They have to be, because it's not even.
Is that important though? You think that's important? Like, is sex important?
It is. And I say that because of the studies behind sex, as far as like happy life, long life. But what I also will say is that there are people, like you have nuns and like monks and who's like a lifetime of like celibacy. Yeah. I don't know if that's like the lane or world for me. I would just say sex is a part of sort of my top 3 things.
Wow, top 3
with like peace and happiness.
Really? Yeah. Sex is your top 3 with peace and happiness?
Top 3, yeah. Yeah. You
say that just so matter of.
Yeah, because it's the wonderful experience, and that's some people, and that's okay if it's not on other people's top 3, but it just depends on how you're doing it. And I just do it, and when I do it, it's very well. It's very. So do
you attribute that
right
to
now,
a 40-year-old lady?
Right now, it's up there.
Yeah.
But then, you know, when I get, I'm like, I'm a guy. Like, things aren't going to function
right
as they should. Again, this goes to changing.
Yeah.
So maybe when I hit 40, it may not be
right.
I might have to
Viagra at 40.
So it is just like right now, it's just kind of one of those. I mean, I don't have to focus on money.
Right.
I'm making a lot of investments now to sort of put myself in a better position that when I do retire, I don't have to continue to work. Mental health, it changes every now and then. Sometimes some insecurities come back, and I don't really have a lot of challenges when it comes to like mental health. Again, I do overthink. Again, I do sometimes get anxiety, but then that comes with sort of getting older.
That's such a blessing to say you don't have any challenges when it comes with mental health. That's a blessing.
At least I don't feel like I do.
Yeah.
There could be some. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like a lot of the issues, because I think with sex or other things in life that make you happy, people lose focus of that because of other things that are going on in their life, like kids, like physical health, mental health, and everything else. So it's like, oh, well, you know, I ain't worried about that shit, or fuck that shit. Sex is the last thing on my mind. I got bills. I got this. Of course, it's the last thing on your mind, because you have
other things.
You got kids going to school. You got bills. You got people you may be taking care of. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just not in that situation.
And I'm glad you said that, because that really makes sense. Because I'm thinking like, damn, I'm a loser, man. That's horrible. but I'm glad you said that, because it's like we just had a baby, and our baby just turned 1, and like, I'm gonna be honest, like, having a baby has changed my sex drive. Like, it's non-existent. You know what I'm saying? And my partner is overly existent at all times, every day, all day, every day, Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday. So it's like, that's been a huge thing for us, because like, I don't know. I mean, I guess, and I had to research it. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with me? Like, why do I not have any kind of like sexual desires? This is crazy. But I started researching it, and it said that women who have babies often think that postpartum is just, right after your baby, but it could be like literally up to 2 years after you have a baby, because your shit is still like, you might bounce back physically or whatever you think, but like inside and hormone wise, it might take 2 years. And that's a lot. That's a lot. So like you said, like having kids, or maybe you don't have money to pay your bills, or you have other stressors. So then sex goes from 1 to 2 to now kids 3. You know what I'm saying? Now it's back and back and back and back. But for you had a very free life. You know what I'm saying? You don't have like any responsibilities as far as kids, or like a wife, or like, you know, like anything that's like making you, I gotta be stationary because this, you know, they're depending on me. You don't have that. So I feel like if I didn't have that, I feel like I'd be like, you know, it'd be further up. Right now it's further back because I'm tired. You know, I'm tired.
Yeah, and it's a mind. It is a mindset.
But maybe if and this is, you know, I'm imagining if sex was more of a stress relief than a chore.
Exactly.
Then maybe it might be number 1.
So now you have to figure out kind of
how to make it
what
pleasurable.
Will re-stimulate you, because the normal sex or the normal activities aren't really is not it, because you already know. Right. I mean, you're in a committed relationship, so you already know what it is. So your mind is already checked out to. And I get like that sometimes. Like, it's not always about sex for me. Like, it's like my ex reached out to me. My ex is married. Sorry.
She is?
She is.
Oh God.
She's but she reaches out to me all the time.
Ooh, what's her name and address and what's her Instagram handle?
All the time with, you know, can we link? And I'm just like, bitch, I'm good. Like, nah. Sometimes, but see, here's the thing. The only reason I entertain my ex is because, and this is full disclosure, because I know some of those people like a happy home and all this other stuff, and you're what is it?
Happy wife, happy life.
Adultery, committing
Oh,
adultery.
yeah. Yeah.
Because my best friend or my friend at the time is married to my ex. So my ex was cheating on me with my friend.
Hold up, wait.
During during the time we were together, yeah.
And then marry them?
And married, yep. They got married.
Yep. I never heard this story before.
That's the first time.
What?
Yeah. They got married. And then when I was telling like the circle about it, and they were like, "What? No, they're like homies." God. They're like, yeah.
Did you have an idea?
No, because it was a circle. We're a circle of friends, and they obviously met before we met. Because I met her through the circle,
right?
So I thought it was like a platonic, like genuine circle. I didn't think, but this was like this was like 2014.
Damn.
Or was it 2014.
What year did we meet? God.
I don't know. But yeah, they got married. So now it's just kind of one of those, it's not really payback for me, but it's kind of one of those like, I mean, I knew.
Cannot believe that.
It's like you made the wrong choice. I don't know the history there. I wasn't mad, of course, because we broke up.
Yeah. But I would be mad.
But I didn't even find out until after the fact. Like we broke up just because we broke up. We grew apart. But I found out they were seeing each other during it, like years later. But
wow.
Yeah, it's not even. I didn't feel any type of way because it was just. But again, you know, I have my moments to where I'm not in the mood. This is not. I'm not feeling it.
Is that more often or not more often?
If I'm satisfied, it's more often.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, if I'm satisfied.
So if you're satisfied, then what does a healthy sex life look like for you? Like how often? If you're satisfied. If you're satisfied.
I mean, if I'm satisfied, I can go a couple of weeks.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm gonna go a couple of weeks.
I can go a couple of weeks.
What does satisfied look like for you though? That sounds really scary. What does that look like? Oh God.
Satisfying is like when I orgasm, I guess, for lack of a better word, more appropriate word. It just feels like everything in me is just coming out. It's drained. Wow. It's gone. Whereas I've had moments to where I have like orgasm, and I just felt it.
Wow.
Like in the groin area. Like, okay,
next.
I can probably go again tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to, honestly, I feel like, and again, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. But I feel like if knowing me how you know me, and listen, you won't hurt my feelings, so tell me the truth. Like, tell me the truth. I'm looking you in the eye. Like, sexually, I'm trying to think, like, what do you think holds me back from being, like, the ultimate, like, sex freak? And what do you think I would need in a partner to be, like, the ultimate slut?
I think maybe the fact that you might think is not a good idea, maybe.
What do you mean?
I think that's your insecurity. That, like, if you do it, there's going to be so much like judgment and so much like pressure. There's not really a lot of coming back from it.
What do you mean?
Meaning, like, I mean, if you're in like a situation, you're in like a commitment.
That's the worst word you can use.
Well, I don't. Marriage,
no, I get it. No, I know. Like you got husband, wife, fiance. You got way down here a situation.
My bad. But I'm just saying, like, because when I had my first situation with the girl that I've been dating,
yeah,
she felt like I would judge her, and that the dynamic of the situation would change.
So you're saying that you think that I feel like people would judge me, like
not people,
my partner.
Yeah,
really?
I feel like. Yeah, I feel like. But
how would you know that? I've never told you that. Like, how would you know?
But just your. I feel like the energy and how you speak about him, which is highly, it's never a bad or never negative, but he's just not. He's not about that life.
What you mean?
I don't think he's about that life.
What life is that?
To like explore.
You mean my current partner?
Yeah.
Oh, he's too much. He's too much about that life.
He is.
He's too much about it.
Okay, well then
that's his life.
Then
I'm a prude. Like he about that life.
Then it's you. Then
absolutely.
Then it's your fear of judgment. I feel like I don't. You have a partner who's open and willing and ready.
Yeah.
But
I feel like being willing and ready too much can be too much. I feel like being too much willing and too much ready can be too much.
Well, that's where, kind of like I mentioned before, you set the parameters around your first engagement if you decide.
Hold on, you talking about threesomes? You're talking about just two people? Oh. I lost track now.
I thought we were talking about threesomes.
Oh Lord, dude, we're talking about just two people. Okay. I'm like, what?
So
one thing I know is that my partner would not do. He would not go for a threesome.
Okay, so that's what I was talking about.
He wouldn't go for a threesome.
Like, yeah, he's not about that life.
He got mad at me even saying a man's name during a kickball game Friday night. So he's not going for a threesome.
Okay.
Now, but I don't know. I definitely know he wouldn't do it with the man. He might be more open with a woman, but I feel like he would still be jealous with a woman. He's very territorial.
But then,
you know,
I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where you have the conversation, sort of. So here's the thing: what me and one of my exes, what we did every night when we went to bed is we had a no judgment hour. Wow. So what we did was we laid in the bed, room was completely pitch dark, and we talked about things that weren't in our best moment.
Yeah.
And we weren't allowed to judge. We weren't allowed to question.
I love that.
And once it came out during that moment, it could never come back up again.
That will make me orgasm right there. I love some healthy ways. Being with somebody is so hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's two people from two different spaces, from two different 20, 30, 40, 50 years of growing. Well, not 50, that's a lot, but, years of growing, coming together. You know what I'm saying? Healthy communication, healthy ways of doing stuff, compromise, meeting in the middle is that I will be a slut for you just because of that. Yeah.
But then in those situations,
I love that.
You can't hold back.
You can't hold. And see, if a man told me, hey, I'm implementing, did she implement it or did you implement it? Who implemented it? Okay. So if a man told me, hey, Melanie, we're going to have this hour from 10 to 11 where it's no holds bar, say whatever the case might be. And after that hour, we don't talk about it again. I would be wet because that's so fucking great that you're even thinking about that. That's amazing. And that's so that's getting my wheels turning. Now I'm feeling free. Now I'm feeling comfortable. Now I'm feeling this. And now you're a leader because you're coming up with shit in your fucking head. That's going to make me feel comfortable. Now I'm feeling like, oh shit, I can be it's just, men are so, some of y'all just be so slow because that's all women be wanting. Be innovative. Like, think outside the box. If we're being very monotonous in the ways that we're being intimate, think outside the box. If your person is saying, hey, I'm a sapiosexual, me personally, I'm a sapiosexual. I get aroused and turned on by just our intellectual conversation. And by that, I don't mean talking about Shakespeare or the damn, what's going on with Trump. I mean, just anything that's engaging, that's pure, that's just a regular back and forth conversation. That right there, I will love you for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
For the rest of my life, I will love you because you're giving me peace and engagement and just, you work all day. I have a baby. So I'm working all day. I'm with my baby. My man needs to be let my hair down, not my stress, not my drama, but let my hair down. So if you give me let my hair down, I'm giving you drop my drawers for you every day, every day, and my mouth and everything else. Period. Seriously, it's so simple.
Yeah,
it's so simple.
And I don't know where we got or have gotten to the point to where we don't realize that we are humans. We just we don't. There's some nasty, disgusting things that we've done in our lives that people may not know about. There's maybe some nasty, dirty secrets.
What's your nasty, dirty secrets you've done?
Yeah, no, it'll stay.
Mine either. It's not for this show.
No,
I'm joking now.
And then my nasty dirty secret isn't even what you would think it would be. It would be like it's on some like I done messed up somebody's life.
I'm thinking like, okay, I may not be able to say it, but let me think of like, oh yeah, mine is kind of lame too. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I feel like when it comes to first mine, and I've had a drink, so I feel like when it comes to mine, I think about, and this is I can't say mine is so lame. That's gonna sound like it's gonna make me look even lamer than how I already look. I think about like, no, I can't say it. I know the audience is listening in this house, so I can't say it. But mine are very lame, actually. Now that I think about it, mine are very lame. They're not fun.
Mine are kind of.
Yeah, mine are lame.
Lame.
I feel like mine would be so lame. Yes. Yeah. I think like, a couple of years ago with yeah, I can't even say it. Mm-hmm. It was just, I feel like that was one moment in my entire life where I felt so like and I think because I didn't care about the person either, you know what I'm saying? I think because it was just like, I don't care about you. I feel like you have no absolute worth to me but that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't care about you enough to try to look pretty in front of you during this, or I don't care about you enough to like think about my morals and values. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you what's sick about that. Like, I feel like a lot of people get married or be with one person for a long time and they care so much about how they look to the other person, or they put this person on a pedestal. I would think that when you get married, especially, that's when you can be the biggest slut for your partner. But I feel like sometimes people get married and they put their partner on this pedestal, especially sometimes men, with the people they choose. They put them in this little protective box or this pedestal, and they don't want to slut them out, but they'll slut the side chick out. Like, your wife should be your side chick and your main chick. Why is it not that simple? That's maybe what I'm confused.
And here's the thing, because I have been in a situation where I met someone that I just wanted to have fun with. Okay. I also met someone, which I'm talking to now, that I don't like. Everything about her like turns me on.
Really?
Yeah.
Intellectually too, or just sexually?
Yeah.
Everything.
Really? Yeah.
What's her sign?
What is her sign? I don't know. She told me, but I forgot. But
why does she turn you on?
Just everything, like just the way she looked, the way she smiles at me, the way she compliments me.
Wow.
Our energy when we're together, it's just amazing. Wow. And I'm like mentally at the point with her, I'm just like, right now I don't want to share you.
Ooh.
Like
that's major.
I don't want to share you. Like, I really fuck with you hard.
Wow.
But the last one that I was talking to that you met,
I like just her.
I'll share you with the world. Like,
she seemed kind of eager.
Let's just have fun. Let's just.
And she seemed like she was really like in it.
She is,
which
is kind of sad for our situation.
Yeah.
But
you invited. The scary part is that you invited her after the show was.
She's amazing. She's fun. She just doesn't.
Wow, check those boxes.
I just don't know. It's just the energy, the vibe that she get, and it is more. It's 50% her and it's 50% me too.
Wow. Okay, I'm glad you say that
because she's the one who came. She's a Taurus, I think,
and they're very compatible with Libras.
They are.
Yeah.
We are. I mean, again, we're amazing. It's just the whole attention seeking, the whole manipulating. If you hadn't noticed, I'm a very intelligent man, so I know when I'm being manipulated, like flirting with others, and and just wearing like these provocative type outfits and having
That
these,
girl?
yeah.
Wow.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Is amazing and it's great, but it puts you in that box
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can wear with your nipples out.
Yeah.
You can wear with your ass cheeks out.
Yeah.
You can talk and flirt with guys. You can do all of that. I'm not an insecure, jealous person because I'm comfortable
Yeah.
with myself. What
Right.
did she say? I'm cozy.
Cozy. We're very cozy over here.
So, and it's just you put yourself in that box.
Wow.
You made yourself kind of the community girl. You may not
Damn,
be sharing
I'm a
it,
community
but
girl. Oh
you
my
made
God.
yourself like the. And whereas the other one, she's very. She talks and she's very flirty, but is from a networking
Business standpoint.
which is majority of the time if I'm out, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm flirting with a lot of women. I'm networking with like a lot of men only because we have events and our events are community based.
Yeah.
We do a lot for the community.
Yeah.
And in order to bring those people out, you gotta flirt. You gotta attract them somehow. In most,
You think
most
Libras are,
cases.
because one of those things on that list said that Libras are very flirtatious, and that's the one thing about the Libra zodiac sign that I don't agree with. I don't feel like I'm flirtatious. I just think I don't think I'm flirtatious at all. And that's one thing I constantly see. I constantly hear from the people in my household. You know what I'm saying? That like I've heard that in several relationships that, oh my God, you're out there flirting, and there's not a flirtatious body in me. I would never be with a man committed and be flirting in front of his face. That's just not my vibe.
So, so I feel like Libras are flirtatious. Because every Libra I've met, that's how I met them because we flirted. What I will say is this: it's not that we're flirting; it's the person that we're with. Definition
Insecurity
of flirting.
That ding ding ding.
Because again,
Ding ding ding.
most of the flirting or talking that I do, 100% of the time is a dead end.
Yeah.
Is merely just to promote
Yeah.
my club, what it's doing, our club, our engagement in the community. And in order to do that, we have to make some type of money. We have to gain some sort of capital.
Yeah.
It's a dead end.
Yeah.
So they may come to the party wanting, oh, hey, sometimes, I mean, I could show you my phone and my messages
Show
right
me.
now. But most of it is definitely a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
But the person I'm with is secure in knowing that.
That's major.
Because again, she's there, she's involved.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what I'm doing. But the relationship is open. So in the event that there is something that does not lead to a dead end, then I'm having that conversation. We in this together, or you good? I'm solo dolo, or what the case? What is it? And then I think that's the thing with like a lot of cheating, because like I mentioned before, like I'm not sensitive in that area. Mm-hmm. So if I'm with one person, just imagine me being with one person where I'm insatiable. Mm-hmm. It's just, there's going to be cheating involved. So I think it's best to open that door up initially.
What?
In the conversation. Yeah, if I'm with someone who's not open, that I like, and I'm not being satisfied, then that opens the door for infidelity.
But not infidelity, right? It's just like we're not monogamous.
Well, yeah.
So,
but if they're not open to
being monogamous,
then it again opens that door.
Damn, that's sticky.
But if you're not having those vulnerable moments, those no judgment conversations,
I'm gonna have that tonight.
Then you can't open that door. You're not going to be able to ever open that door to your partner that, this is where I'm not being satisfied. Wow. It goes contractual now. Because because if I'm not being satisfied, what am I in this for? Is it the money? Is it the security? Is it the what if you're not being satisfied in all areas? And I get it if you have other things going on, you just have to reprioritize what makes you happy.
Yeah. You making me have some ideas for the night. You are.
You just have to reprioritize, but you're being in a situation, and again, I say this because I read this book because we had this conversation. Would you watch me and
Jason and give us tips during? Like, would you watch us having
sex? Down, yes,
really,
absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
come on now. With all the conversations I've been having.
Come on now. I'm gonna ask him after the show if he opened it up.
If I could be a fly on the wall.
Wow. You like, bitch, you are so stiff. Move that ass.
Like, why? Who would? Why? I know some people who are just square and wouldn't. But
yeah, I feel like one thing you said that's like about Libra is that I don't think an insecure partner is the best bet for us, because we were talking about flirting and stuff like that, and I feel like I don't feel like I'm flirting, but like prime example, like I said, like we're on a kickball league. I told everybody, if I don't know you, I'm talking to you. Especially if you have some good energy and you want some laugh and jovial shit, boom, we can go back and forth all day. Mm-hmm. I'm a grown ass woman. Some of the people who play on our kickball league are younger, like 20-year-old kids. Mm-hmm. So we were playing kickball Friday, and it was this guy, Drew. He had to be no older than 30. So Drew was like being very joking with our team, like, there goes Melanie, she about to whatever. So I'm like, okay, Drew, you know what I'm saying? So all night long I was like, Drew. Next thing you know, here come Jason. Mm-hmm. Why you, like, in front of everybody, like, why are you constantly calling this man's name? Why are you saying Drew's name over and over again? Like, why? Like, that's disrespectful. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So in his mind, how he's seeing me say his name is something that's not even the reality. And it could be coming off as flirting with a 25-year-old. I'm not doing that. But I'm having fun. Oh, I'm energy. Oh, you're fun? I'm fun too. You're a kid, number two. I had a few drinks. I had a few margaritas. We playing kickball at 9 o'clock at night. We're having fun. Why are you mad? Okay.
So again, it goes back to neurodiversities and how we process things. And some people may have like some cognitive like challenges with processing things. Yes. So again, in your eyes, in your mindset, and the level that your mind is on, it may have looked or seemed completely innocent. Yeah. However, you have to look at the full picture too, because if I don't know who the other guy is on the kickball or whatever, but men sometimes are very
insecure.
Not really insecure, but very
territorial,
disrespectful sometimes in their interactions.
Yeah.
And then,
you mean like Drew, the outside guy?
The outside guy, yes. Oh. So your nature may be completely innocent, but his demeanor could have been completely disrespectful. Again, you have to have those. You obviously know it's an insecurity, yes. Yeah. So now you have to feed it. You have to feed it. You have to put in the work. So this is where that longevity comes in. This is where that sort of change comes in, because you didn't see this in the first 3 months when you made that commitment.
I saw it, but I just hoped it was going to go away.
It's not, because that's who he is.
To his core.
But it will, if you figure out how, just like marriages where people cheat. Either one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to forgive them, you're going to go back, or you're going to leave the situation.
Right.
Leaving the situation means you don't have to deal with it anymore because that's your standard XYZ. But if you take them back, that means you accepted it and you need to move on. You don't need to bring it up. You don't need to be insecure about it. But then you also need to have the conversation. What changed? Like, what made you do it? Like, be honest and open with me. Like, what did they do that was different? Like, do you want an open relationship?
You're so open. You're so like free thinking, like modern thinking.
Is it like, is it just because it maybe just be a situation like we've been together so long.
Yeah.
I was tempted with something different and it happened and I don't want it anymore. Okay, amazing. Okay, awesome. Here's the thing. You are responsible for your own happiness. No one else is responsible. You're responsible for your own peace. No one else can give you that. Only you. So if someone cheated and they were happy in that moment, you have to give them that, period. You have to. And if you can't, leave. End the situation. Leave. But you also have to have the conversation. Why did that make you happy? What triggered you? Are you changing? Are you, is this is this a turning point? Did you have like a, because I was at a point in my life right around the time we met where I was getting older.
Yeah.
I was moving into 30.
Yeah.
And it was like, am I not like desired anymore? Yeah. So there was a point where that was a whole phase for me because I wanted to feel, it was an insecurity of mine where I wanted to feel desired.
That's crazy.
So that's how I reacted. I was being a hoe.
Yeah.
And then again, as people get older and they're influenced by all of these things, it's kind of one of those like, do I still got it? Or, at home, I'm not getting because the messages I got from, the person I'm talking to now, it's like, oh, you're this, you're that, and it just turns me the fuck on.
Oh my God.
Where in my past relationships, I weren't getting that. And I think a lot of times with people, they forget that, some of the same things that you're thinking, your partner could be thinking as well.
Yeah. Communication is so vital. Feeling free in communication, feeling open, feeling like, like I feel like I'm such like, I'm going to push this in this episode about having that conference, having that hour of just, listen, this is, what did you call it?
Like a no judgment
zone hour. Like that, to me, that will save some lives and some marriages out here because that's major. Like a no judgment hour. Listen, y'all, we have come to a two-parter. We about to close, but listen, Keon, thank you so much for coming on this show. I need you to come back ASAP. Absolutely. Do you have any closing words? Where can we find you? How can we donate to your biker thing? Like tell us about everything about Keon and how we can follow you.
So I am on Instagram at The Great Keys, THEGR.
8.
The number 8.
Yeah, I couldn't find you last night.
KEYZ. You can also, if you're in Charlotte, you need somewhere to stay. I'm on Airbnb, the Scarlet Door.
Wow.
So look.
What I mean?
It's my,
That sounds so. Come in here and you're gonna be 50 people ready to fuck.
The Scarlet Door on
Scarlet
Airbnb.
Door.
You never need anywhere to stay. And then my bike club. So my mission there is for single fathers. So the plan is to get a space and donate groceries to single fathers weekly who need it. Because you wouldn't believe the amount of guys that I've run into who are raising kids alone. Wow. So that's the goal. That's the mission. My objective as a leader of this group. Yeah. And it's Dem Boys. The bike club is Dem Boys, but our Instagram is The Orange Door Charlotte.
The Scarlet Door, the Orange Door. Wait, tell me that. Like, is there something behind that? No.
Well, the orange. Well, no, not necessarily. So here's the thing. My when I sort of built out the plan for the Airbnb, I had this paint and the color was scarlet, and I said, "Fuck it, let's just paint the door scarlet." And then from that, I guess, ideal, I just ran with it. So there's like a lot of little like things within it, and as far as like the stay and the experience, along with the orange door. So it ties back to our original goal, which the orange door has been in existence since 2006.
Okay.
So it ties back to sort of my group, our group, and sort of what we got going on. So it's kind of connecting sort of that life along with sort of my business. So,
Awesome. Well, you guys know where you can find us, the That's Scary _ podcast on Instagram, the That's Scary with Melanie P on YouTube. Please make sure you're subscribing. We've had some interesting banter on some different sites this week, and we're grateful for it. But make sure that you're following us on YouTube, following us on Instagram, and we're going to make sure we tune in next week. So it's going to be a part 1 and a part 2 to this episode, y'all. So make sure you subscribe and follow us on all platforms. We're going to see you guys next week.
What's good, man?